Lance Hall here for Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. Happy to welcome Chris, lead vocalist for Germany's Motorjesus, to the program tonight. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, good evening. Greetings to the US, and thanks for having me on the show. This is Chris from Motorjesus, and yeah, awesome to be in the show tonight.
Yeah. Have you zooming in all the way from Germany? It's amazing when technology works, isn't it?
Yeah, and I wonder how good the sound is. It's awesome.
It sounds awesome over here, so it's amazing.
Great.
You guys have a new album, Hellbreaker, came out April 9th on AFM Records, 11 tracks, 45 minutes. This is a killer album, Chris. You guys must be enjoying the real good reviews you're getting, and anxious to get it out on the road if that ever happens, right?
Yeah, that's it's really awesome, especially the response from foreign countries is super great for us, to have that great response all over the world. It's really a big thing for us. And yeah, hopefully we will bring it on the road. Sometimes it's a bit difficult at the moment in Germany, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you welcomed a new guitarist to the group, or relatively new, or is he brand new? Patrick?
Yeah, Patrick, he's not that new. He was working with us as a session member for a couple of years,
Okay.
and now he joined for a full member. Yeah, and yeah, he also contributed to the songwriting to the album, and he did a great job. And yeah, awesome to have him now in the band.
He also had a hand in some of the video making, didn't he? Like on Fire Breather?
Yeah. Paddy and I were running a YouTube channel which is called Motor Metal TV, and there are some episodes coming every 2 weeks, and we are working on that for a couple of months now. And he's pretty into the whole video making and filming and having some decent cameras and stuff. And yeah, he worked it out, and we tried it, and it worked out great. We had a nice location, a abandoned factory where we shoot the video. And yeah, that was a nice thing, and it turned out pretty good.
Now, when it comes to that song, I noticed everybody else in the video was playing instruments except for your drummer. He was playing on some jugs and all kinds. They look like an improvised drum kit. Was that his idea, or Patrick's, or yours, or how'd that come about?
Yeah, it was pretty much improvised because the pathway to the abandoned factory was a bit difficult to surpass, to get through it. And you have to climb through some bushes and stuff, and we couldn't figure out to get a whole drum kit over there. That was really difficult. And so we took the whole crap that lying around and built a drum kit out of it, just for the fun. And in the end, Adam is beating it down. And then we came up with the idea with the sledgehammer, to play some drums with a sledgehammer at least.
Yeah. Very cool. Now, who is Michael Bronin?
Michael Bronin, yeah, it's a good friend of mine. He's a bit into this cosplay thing.
Mm-hmm.
He visits some conventions, and he has a really great dress for Spawn. The comic figure Spawn.
Yeah.
He has a really nice costume from that comic figure. And yeah, we tried it out to have him as the protagonist in the video.
Yeah.
And he's a super cool dude, and he dressed up as the devil, and
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the Jesus in the video.
Okay, all right, that's awesome. Now, you worked with Dan Swano mixing mastering on this. You worked with Dan in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, we mixed. He mixed a couple of albums for us now since 2014. And Dan is living super close by, so like 20 kilometers. He's originally from Sweden, but he moved to Krefeld, so he's super close by. And it was really easy choice for us to ask him to mix our albums, and it turned out really great. And it's super relaxed to work with him. He's a super cool dude, also very he's not always this kind of producer saying, you have to take my stuff, this is my vision of the band and take it or leave it. And he's always kind of yeah, self, how do you say it in English? Critical, you know, with
Okay, yeah.
himself, you know, and he put some stuff in the bin and testing different. For example, this bass drum sounds like shit. I test another one, and the guitar sound is not my thing, and so he's really great to work with, and really, yeah, cool dude. Absolutely.
Excellent. I want to jump into a few tracks on the album. I made some notes on a few of them, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Track one, Drive Through Fire. I love the way the intro builds on that. I could see that as definitely being like a show opener, you know, for a live show or anything like that. Was that sort of what you had in mind along with having it open the album as well?
Yeah, the intro to Drive Through Fire. I mean, we always have some kind of intros like that, you know. I mean, with the keyboards, it turned out a little bit different than on the past albums when we did some intro stuff, but it was really really cool, and it fitted really well to the rest of the song, you know. And when the guitar kick in, and when the you know, and when the tempo is up and running, you know, it feels really cool, and it's a decent opening track. So yeah, it's really good.
Definitely. Battle Zone. I love the timing change going into the solo. I thought that was fabulous. And just trying to, you know, listen to the lyrics and stuff. At the time, I didn't have a lyric sheet in front of me, but as I was listening to it, the Battle Zone, you could almost equate it into, you know, life being an ongoing battle. Was that sort of the message here, or am I totally mishearing it? I mean, I know it's open to interpretation, you know?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's a bit more about your inner fight with yourself, you know.
Yep.
To be in a battle with yourself, you know, often when you have doubts about things, you know, and questioning yourself and stuff, you know, and then you go into the kind of battle zone with yourself, you know, and that's the
Yeah.
message of the song, you know.
Cool. Hellbreaker, I thought sounded almost sort of Maidenish at times, a little bit of an Iron Maiden influence in there. I was picking up early Iron Maiden, like the first two albums. And I love the video with, you know, the drawing and the illustrations and the cover art from the album. And, you know, I'm looking through the booklet now as we're talking. Who does all the artwork for you guys? Is it someone in the band or a friend? Or, I mean, this is fabulous stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the cover illustrator is called Sebastian Jerke. He's a dude from Münster, and he's in Germany now. He really, yeah, he really developed. You know, he was when we first met, he was like a kind of an underground and a pretty small artist. You know, but he really developed, and now big bands from Germany book him for artworks, and yeah, with the artwork style, you know, which is a bit comicky, you know, and a bit Marvel comic style, you know. I asked him to do something different, because normally he has a totally different style, you know. When you see his other drawings and paintings, it's super different to the comic stuff we developed. But I asked him to do it, and because I am a big fan. I don't know if you know that album, but I really love the cover artwork from the Iced Earth record, The Dark Saga, which is with Spawn on the front cover, covered in flames, you know, and it's also super comic-y, you know. And I always liked that cover artwork, and so I asked him to do something similar, and yeah, it turned out pretty good. Yeah, but it's totally different from what he's normally doing, you know.
Yeah, cool. Dead Rising, I mostly want to talk about that video. I saw, I mean, obviously there's some Blair Witch in there, but in the beginning, the way the camera's low to the ground following everybody reminded me immediately of the original Evil Dead. Is that what you were sort of going for with that?
And you are 100% correct with that thing. Yeah, yeah, of course. It's a totally total tribute to old horror movies, you know, like from the 80s, and and also games like Resident Evil and stuff. We wanted to pay tribute a bit with that video and the image of the camera work of these movies. You know, they are pretty special and developed some new styles, you know, like camera wise in horror, you know, and yeah, it's our little homage, so to say.
Very cool. Black Hole Overload was my favorite track on the album. I love the interlude section on that, the acoustic, the solo was awesome. Just the way that whole song is structured, along with the lyrics, a bit of a sci-fi element there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a bit influenced lyric wise from like old stoner bands, you know, like for example Monster Magnet or Fu Manchu or bands like that, you know. And I really yeah, I really often write about this whole racing stuff, you know. I mean, it's our theme, it's our image, so to say, you know, on the cover, on the lyrics and everything. And but I'm often like pretty much like a bit tired of it, you know. And then I try to come up with something different. For example, Lawgiver, a song about like 80s stuff or 80s action movies, and so we or I wrote something about like black holes and planets and stuff, you know. But this was really inspired by some old stoner bands singing about some planet stuff, and yeah, just to come up with something different.
Yeah, I liked it. It was cool. And like I said, it was my favorite track on the album, just the way the whole song flowed and everything. I really like that one.
Oh, thank you.
Final track, the Outrun, you know, kind of takes a turn. It's reminded me almost of like when you're watching a movie and then you have that music that plays like over the credits at the end of the movie. You know, is that sort of what you were going for, or were you just again trying to do something a little different?
Yeah, absolutely. It was something like the cool down phase after you get hit by a truck, you know, because the last song, which is called Back to the Bullet, which is full on, you know, full on metal, rock and roll, Motorhead stuff, you know, and it's one of the fastest tracks on the album. And yeah, and you are so pretty much through the album then, and then this outro stuff is coming just to cool down. And I always loved the Pantera cover of Planet Caravan on the Fabian Driven record. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah,
that was great, you know, just to cool down after this whole brutal album, you know. Then comes this Planet Caravan tune kicking in, and it was super awesome. And that was what we were looking for on this one.
Very cool. Which one of these songs are you most excited to get out and play live?
Whoa, I think every new song will be super difficult to play live, at least for me, because I'm full on and super angry with the vocals, and it will be definitely hard to do it right, you know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to play Hellbreaker, which is my favorite track on the album, because it's so different. It's a bit more metal than we usually do. It turned out super great, and it's a great song. Yeah, that was the one I would pick.
Very cool. Now the album came out on the 9th. You've done 4 videos for, you know, 4 out of the 11 tracks of videos for them. What's in the future? I mean, how are things going over there, you know, in Germany and your part of the world? Are things opening up? Do you think you'll be able to do anything soon, or is it still a kind of in limbo type thing?
Yeah, it's still in limbo in our area, you know. It's pretty difficult because the vaccination thing is going pretty slowly in Germany. And yeah, it's everything is pretty much on hold, you know. We are discussing everything. Maybe we do a streaming show, maybe we do something like a rehearsal show from the rehearsal room, just for the fans to show that we're still alive, you know. Maybe, yeah, we're working on something, but we also confirmed some live shows in Germany, but it's pretty unclear if they will yeah, if they will be confirmed, or yeah, if when the 4th wave is coming in Germany, you know. then
Right.
everything will be difficult again.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's pretty much in limbo.
About all we can do now is have faith, that things are
Yeah,
going to work,
definitely. Yeah.
Um, give out the web address for the band, www.motorjesus.net. Lots of cool stuff on there as well. Um, so, in this sort of waiting period, you alluded to a couple things going on. Are you continuing to write music? Do you have anything, laid out maybe for like a next Motor Jesus album? A lot of bands is like, well, we've got nothing else to do. Let's go in and record more music. Or are you guys concentrating on other things?
Yeah, that's a thing for me at the moment. I thought 2020 was like we got something to do because we were writing and recording the album, and we got a full schedule, so to say. But this year it's kind of empty, it's nothing to do at the moment. So I'm starting to think about doing the next record. I'm looking forward to do some solo stuff because I have a solo cover band, and I wanted to develop that more into a full solo band, with original tracks, But we'll see. I have a death metal project with a few buddies,
Yeah.
Maybe that we will work on that one, but just for the fun of it, Yeah, but I think we will start writing the next album soon. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
because I really got to do something.
Well, really, with you being a vocalist too, it's not like you're, a guitarist or a drummer or a bass player where you have to like sort of keep your chops up. You've got to keep yourself physically, your voice is your instrument. Um,
Yeah, and that's
so
pretty difficult too,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
I can't really rehearse. I sing a lot in the car, I definitely have no problems to put my stereo on 11 and sing full on in my car,
Yeah,
Sometimes I do that. But I think I mean in my home, I can't sing full on, it's pretty,
right.
pretty difficult, I
And
scare the
even
neighbors.
yeah, and even in the car, it's still different from when you're on stage, really projecting, whole body type into it type of thing,
Yeah, and I mean I'm 42 now. It's also pretty much a physical thing,
Yeah,
and you have to be a little bit in shape, at least
absolutely.
go for some jogging or running,
Right.
to keep a bit healthy and fit,
Hmm.
But yeah, it's different, yeah, difficult to achieve, But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just trying to stay busy and do something.
absolutely. You guys have been around for quite a while. You've done a lot of tours, played with a lot of different bands. Has there been any one band that's made the biggest impression on you?
Oh, the biggest impression definitely on me were like two bands, and that's Motorhead. We
Hmm.
had one show with Motorhead in 2003. That
Mm.
was super great to play with them, at least one show. And we also had a little conversation with Lemmy that was super cool, and at least we got a photograph with him. So that's really cool to have it on my wall.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are definitely super influenced by Motorhead. And yeah, the other band, of course, is Mustache from Sweden. It's a great heavy rock band. Should check them out. It's really great.
Okay.
Mustache. Yeah, it's not the mustache as you spell it in English. It's Mustachcnh.
I'll have to check it
Um,
out.
Great band. Yeah, yeah, really should check it out. They have really fat guitars, and the singer, he has a bit kind of a voice like the guy from the Cult, like
Okay.
Ian Asbury, a little like Ian Asbury type of
Wow.
singing. Really should check them out. It's really a great band from Sweden, and we toured with them in 2019. And their guys were full on, everything. Everyone was drinking every night, and crazy Swedish people. I
Yeah.
really had to stay sober and go to bed early. And the
Right.
Swedish the Swedish guys were full on every night.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
Super crazy. Yeah.
We're talking with Chris once again, lead vocalist from Motorjesus. Their new album Hellbreaker is out now on AFM Records, available pretty much everywhere. Are you guys selling it direct through any websites of yours, or do we direct people to, like, the usual outlets?
Yeah, we sell it in our shop. We have an own our own shop system, so to say. It's like www.ps-metal.de/Motorjesus.
Okay.
And there you get some t-shirts and cappies and some coffee mugs and stuff. Yeah, but you can also get them everywhere in mail orders, and yeah.
Very cool. Chris, I like to end my interviews with just some fun questions. I'm hoping these are questions maybe you've never been asked before. Sound good?
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
You guys are into 70s muscle cars. What is your 70s muscle car of choice?
Oh, I have to go for a 70s Mustang.
Okay, you like the Ford
classic
product.
one. Yeah.
Very cool. I wrote a bunch of new ones of these, so I'm trying to pick a few out. What is a household appliance that you cannot live without?
Oh, can you ask that again? Sorry,
A household appliance that you can't live without, like maybe a coffee maker, a clothes washer, a TV,
yeah.
a radio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I think I couldn't live without my TV.
All right. All right. If you go to an amusement park, do you enjoy the roller coaster or the Ferris wheel?
Oh, nothing at all. I hate being on this kind of things.
Okay.
I really hate it.
All right. If you could speak any language instantly, what language would you like to speak? Obviously, it would be one that you don't speak now.
Oh, Swedish. I'm going
Swedish?
for Swedish.
All right. If you could pick a television show to have a Motorjesus song placed in, what show would you pick?
It would definitely be Knight Rider or the A-Team.
All right. Favorite toy growing up as a child?
Oh, of course, Masters of the Universe.
All right. Last music other than your own that you listen to?
Oh, I listen to a German band which is called Sulfur Aeon. It's a death metal 5-piece from Dortmund, Germany, and they are really intense because they got some vocals in the whole H.P. Lovecraft universe, about Cthulhu and stuff. It's super evil. It's super evil, and it really impressed me. It's really a cool stuff they got. Sulfur Aeon, check it out.
I will check it out. If you could have any superpower, what would you pick?
Oh, invisibility.
Invisibility. Okay. Last one, and this is the one we have the most fun with. If they were to make a movie of your life, what actor would you pick to portray you? And it's your movie of your life. You can pick anybody.
Oh man, that's a hard question. But I think a guy who's looking a little bit similar like me is Jason Statham from England.
Okay.
The action movie guy, because he also got a bald head,
All right. Excellent. Just to get us back in music, if a young person came up to you and said, Chris, when I grow up, I want to front a metal band, what advice would you give them to get them on their way?
Oh, also tough question. Yeah, I would definitely say keep doing what you love, and stick to your guns, and stick to that what you love, because I'm working with young guys in my band, at least I have some 30-year-old guys, and they are pretty young, and I often realize that some of these guys, like when they didn't have like instant success, they throw it in the bin, like you got to have some how do you call it in English, this perseverance,
Yes.
you have to stick to your guns, you have to believe in it, you have to stick to it,
Right.
And that's a different thing, and yeah, that is a thing I definitely would recommend, to stay focused and stay on that what you love, and just do it.
Excellent. Chris, I wish you and the rest of the guys in Motorjesus much luck and success in the future with everything. I hope you continue to get the great reviews from this album that you deserve. It's a fabulous album. And I hope the world returns back to normal sooner rather than later so that you guys can get out playing and people like me can get out watching you play.
Yeah, that would be awesome. It would be great to be playing the US someday, to tour there, and yeah, it would be great to play some shows there. That would be really, really great. And yeah, hope it will be all getting better soon. And yeah, fingers crossed.
Excellent. The group is Motorjesus. The album is Hellbreaker, out now on AFM Records. We've been chatting with Chris, lead vocalist for Motorjesus. Thank you very much, Chris. I'll let you get to doing whatever you're going to do. It's got to be getting pretty late over there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on the show again. And it was super great and super nice talking to you. Thanks for having me. And yeah, it was great. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.